Hi, I'm Doc Mine, the lone journalist for KRAZ-TV, with another great book for review. That's the way I'll say it. On a Wing and a Prayer, The Race to Save Our Vanishing Birds, by Andre and Beverly Gyllenhaal. Well, about them. This is a photograph. Now, who's the photograph by? Oh, I guess it's a jacket photography. No, the photography is by Pete Cross. Well, Pete has captured this picture of happiness. These are some satisfied and joyous people. Anders Gyllenhaal was previously an investigative reporter. Look, journalism at its best again. At the Miami Herald and executive director of the News and Observer, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, and the Miami Herald. He also served as editorial vice president for the McClatchy Company's 30 newsrooms. Pretty involved guy, huh? Well, look at Beverly. Beverly was a reporter, features writer, and a restaurant critic at the News and Observer and the Miami Herald. She co-authored a syndicated column that appeared in 100 newspapers around the country and produced 3 cookbooks with 500,000 copies in print. That's how it happened. Then they got together. They retired, and they got into birds, and then they drove. I guess they went around the world for the Earth too, but they drove a Airstream and pulled it behind them. I think they said they drove 25,000 miles. And they met with a lot of people about birds. And, well, let me tell you, this book is Simon & Schuster. The race to save the birds and all this. When they have the middle of the photos here, all these photos, they show all these people with birds, but every photo is about a person. And all these people were very important and influential and pivotal in the current work that's being done. This guy, Peter Mara, started the 3 billion paper. Hilary Swain, director of Archbold, a biological station. And here they are in the map. I lived in Florida for a while, and it looks just like that. And, well, I really got into the egrets and all of that. There's Richard Williams, Ben Novak. And here's a family, Josh and Gwen Hoy and their daughter Josie. And Flint Hills, who really turned their ranch into a real bird haven. Here's Andre Rain, a scientist in Hawaii. Sarah Sawyer, national wildlife ecologist with Kevin Kelly. Sarah Zamorsky, a state biologist who runs a hooping crane project in Louisiana. Antonio Celis Murillo does the U.S. Geological Survey's bird banner. I did not know that the Geological Survey was involved in birds, but I'm happy they are. And there are just so many people. Here he is, John Fitzpatrick, the preeminent bird scientist who shaped the Cornell. And that's how eBird got started. Now, a little diversion from this book review is at KRAZTV.com. We put on many things that help people. And one of my biggest, what I had to have at that website was eBird. Now I found out reading in eBird that you can put your own reports, you help affect it. That it's been going on for so long, and it's a seminal and intimate work in the world, but especially in the United States. eBird is so helpful. I'm not saying there aren't other ones, but the impact and the easiness of being able to get it. Now there's a lot of guides that you can get with bird songs on them too. So if you get this book, in here are the resources and get it. But let me read you about their story. A compelling drama from the front lines of the race to save birds. At a critical time when the time for the Earth's ancient inhabitants. In the fall of 2019, headlines delivered startling news. A full third of American birds had vanished over the past 50 years. Almost no species has been spared, from the delicate jeweled hummingbirds to scrappy black crows to common sparrows and blackbirds. Today, a fascinating cast of characters is battling habitat loss, climate change, urban hazards with bold experimental and sometimes risky missions to halt the collapse of the hemisphere's birdscapes. And I would go so far as to say global. In Hawaii, world capital of extinction, biologists are about to release clouds of lab-bred mosquitoes to save the island chain's last forest birds. In Florida, scientists have learned to raise grasshopper sparrows in captivity to rebuild the U.S. mainland's most endangered species. Now, I did not know that. I thought it was another bird, but the little grasshopper sparrow, and they're so cute. In California's Sierra Nevada mountains, foresters are using artificial intelligence to listen to every hoot and call to protect the spotted owl. In North Carolina, researchers are experimenting with genomic advances to bring the long-extinct passenger pigeon back to life. In 2021, veteran journalists Andre and Beverly Gyllenhaal traveled more than 25,000 miles, mostly in their fashioned Airstream trailer, reporting on the developing technologies, contentious politics, and the new conservation approaches. Their book, A Wing and a Prayer, examines the forces that have undermined birds and offers an urgent care to action. As one scientist puts it, if we can save birds, we can save ourselves. What a sweet bird. A book. So birds are sweet. I just fed them this morning. I went off on a journey, and I always overfeed a little bit just because they'll have something. But birds being ravenous, they'll eat everything up in the one day, and they just have to make do. And they do. If I wasn't involved, they would still survive. But I have helped, I feel, out here where I live in Avalon Gardens, that there's just a little bit more peace about it because, well, I provide the water. The biggest thing in the Southwest is the water. So I have made a natural seep or have water there year round. And some of a very rare bird, it was the caracara, it's called, the eagle on the Mexican flag, has started coming to Arizona. And just north of me here, there's a large saguaro cactus that they've been nested in for a couple of years, and the nest has become giant because they just keep building on top of it. There must be hundreds of pounds of sticks and stuff because they build like eagle large nests, And the highway is just, people are stopping. I guess there's somebody's put up, well, they didn't put a cam view up because it's on the highway there, but I'm sure somebody has been posting. And they probably have 2-3 million people, and it's been posted at eBird. So look up the caracara on Ajo, AJO, Ajo Road. It's probably a well-known. But I never tell anybody because I'd probably get clouds of people over here at my house. But the caracara, because I have this natural seep hole for it's in the brush under trees and stuff, and the water is always there, and I've seen well, I'm not saying I caught the thing over here, but usually the birds like to. I go off in the day or something, and they start feeding, but some of those other, well, the vultures and large birds and the eagles and all that, they come down and get on the ground and get the water. And so it's our little secret, I guess. And the birds come visit here. So I'm real happy for that. And I'm real happy that Andre and Beverly are so enthused with their retirement that they took on this, and all the people they met, and they just showed the work that's being done. And well, it's a sweet, sweet book, and we got this at the Tucson Pima County Public Library. So I could go on, but I want you to read the book. It's a sweet, sweet story, and it's about people, and it's about birds, and they talk about the cat problem, invasive species of birds coming into other states, the cooperation of people, the bird banning, the bird count. You know, at Christmas, and there's another one called the Great Count, and everybody, they send you a little checklist, and you put your notes and all that, and it's all compiled, and they can get a great picture of how birds are. There's only one takeaway that I still haven't quite understand, but the chart is in here where they do show that 3 billion bird decline. But I don't know why it says in here. I mean, the data may be there, but they said cats kill 2.6 billion birds a year. So, I mean, that's a lot of birds, and we're blaming it on cats or whatever. But I'm just saying, 3 billion over 50 years, and yet we're losing nearly 3 billion every year. I guess they replenish, but the overall is down 3 billion on the big scale. But we're losing 3 billion birds to just cats? Come on. Well, they give you a remedy how to take care of that without hurting anybody, but, you know, keep the cats indoors mostly. And well, I feed 10 feral cats out here, and yet occasionally I do see bird feathers, because they're just going to do that. But they're actually eating them. But they say a lot of birds, the cats that kill the bird, don't usually eat it. They just, it's just an instinct, and they said they bring it to the owners because you're a part of the family. And so at least, well, the cat's being honest with you, right? So this is an honest book, and honestly, I think you should read it. Thanks for watching Carrie's TV and a wing and a prayer. That's right, a race to save our vanishing birds. Anders and Beverly Gyllenhaal. Thanks for watching Carrie's TV.